let's talk X-Men Blue #3, writer Cullen Bunn, art by George Molina.
Okay, so they found the nice Sentinels in the last issue.
Well, they're not really nice Sentinels.
Well, I want to point out this was good writing because I predicted exactly where it was going as soon as I saw who was responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good writing. Like, it made logical sense. So the X-Men team goes and they follow these mutants and they find out that who's behind them? It is Bastion. Bastion was a combination of Master Mold and Nimrod in the 0 Hour. What the fuck was that story called? It was a really shitty X-Men story that had a really underwhelming ending where the government had hired this guy, Bastion, who they didn't know was a Nimrod Master Mold combination, who was going to exterminate all the mutants. And he eventually stopped because S.H.I.E.L.D. showed up and told him, this isn't happening anymore. It was like the most underwhelming ending to a shit storyline ever.
Was it Operation Zero Tolerance?
That was it. It was complete shit. It had the shittest ending ever. Like, the X-Men weren't even victorious. It was just S.H.I.E.L.D. came in and saved the day. It was so bad. But apparently Bastion was still vaguely around. Hope, another terrible character, almost killed him. But he used Nimrod's time-displacing powers to move into the future. And what happened was, he made these friendly Sentinels because Beast figured this out. He said the mutant race has to be saved. After, I guess after House of M and after the Terrigen Mist, the mutants are so depleted that he had to build the mutants back up. And Beast determined he's a robot, he's in utility mode.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Well, he has to get back to the state where he can accomplish his goals. And that was, he had to get mutants to build back up so that he could exterminate the mutants. And he didn't lie to them. He flat out told them this when they asked him, like, well, why do you want all the mutants to come back? Oh, so I can kill them all. Right now, mutants aren't a threat. I need mutants to be a threat again so that I can kill all the mutants. It was completely ridiculous, but when you consider he is a machine and he has to follow programming, it 100% makes sense.
Yeah, I think Beast used the analogy. He's like, imagine a machine that cleaned up your house. But then imagine what would it do once it was all clean. He's like, eventually it would start wrecking stuff and start wrecking up walls, wrecking up the house so it can clean it again. Yeah, which is hilarious, but that's the situation they were in. But the thing to remember is they start fighting the Sentinels and fighting him, and he's not fighting back. Because he doesn't want to kill them. He needs to keep them alive and safe so they can make more mutants so he can kill them. So he eventually teleports away, and Jean is talking to Cyclops. She's like, I don't really feel good about this. Like, he wasn't trying to hurt us. And then I think one of the X-Men, I forget who it was quick to point out, yet.
Yeah, that was the thing. But she's like, yeah, but, and he even said, like, you guys are going to be dead before I do anything. Like, it's going to take a long time to fix this. I'm just trying to fix it so I can kill you in the future. But they weren't cool with that, so they fought him off and he went away, and they were discussing whether they did the right thing or not. And we don't know.
Yeah.
This is so much more interesting than X-Men Gold.
Isn't that why we dropped Gold? Remember, for the longest time, I thought Gold was going to be the winner title. And
X-Men because Gold is very much going for like the old school X-Men feel. And this is doing something, even though this has the old school X-Men in it, it's doing something different.
Well, it has the old school Sentinels. It has Magneto. In fact, I would argue the opposite. I do like it because it does have a lot of nostalgia.
But Magneto is in a different situation. Magneto is a good guy. He's like sort of running. He's in the Professor X role, sort of, but they don't trust him. And while these are the original X-Men, they are different. They are fighting against who they would have become. Like, Beast is already different from the modern day Beast. Cyclops is different. Jean Grey is different. Iceman is different. Angel is different. They're all different from what they would have become, and they don't want to become what they would eventually become. So everybody's different in it. Whereas in X-Men Gold, everyone is trying to be the way they used to be. They're trying to fucking play softball. They're trying to hate the Jews and hate the Filipino president or whatever. And that's what that book's about. Whereas this book is doing new things with the old characters, the other book is doing old things with old characters.